Hello, beautiful. Happy Tuesday. If this is the first time you're watching me live, welcome to my world. I come live every Tuesday or once a week to share with you some insights that I experience working with my clients. And I believe that when there's a pattern of things that show up, it shows up for everybody. So if you're watching this live, it's not a coincidence. Your soul called you into this live, so just take a few minutes with me and tune into the energy of what I'm going to say and notice if it brings stuff up for you. My name is Mori. I've been doing this work for over 19 years now, and it has transformed hundreds and thousands of people's lives. So if you actually take the time and tap in to this energy, you would be amazed at what shows up for you. So today I want to talk about control. If you're Jewish, you know that we're celebrating Passover right now. And Passover is really the story about Exodus. It's really the story about the Israelites leaving Egypt and walking to the promised land that is Israel. And this story really talks about stepping out of slavery and into freedom. And today, when I'm tuning into this, and this is the energies coming up for a lot of my clients, is the energy of control. Because slavery could be shown in a lot of different ways, but how we do it to our own self is with control. We control our power. So if you experience any kind of trauma in your life as a little kid, you learn that in order to be safe, you need to learn to control. And a lot of things as children, we don't have control over. But what do we have control over as children? Normally, our body, what comes out of our body, what comes in of our body, right? And so a lot of times you'll see that people that experience trauma have issues going to the bathroom, have issues with how they eat, have issues with what they receive into their body, how they allow other people to touch them or be around them. And this is all because our nervous system has developed this way to be safe by staying in control. So if I can control who's around me, if I can control the situations I'm walking into, if I can control the amount of money I have in my bank account, if I can control what I put in my body, then I'm in control, equals safety. And safety is okay. It's what we desire to have as people. But it's not living your life to the fullest extension of your being. Living in the safety zone is swimming in the shallow end of the pool. It's staying in first base. It's keeping yourself very, very mediocre. It's keeping you middle class. It's keeping you stuck. So safe is stuck. And we know what that looks like, right? You come home from work, you put the kids to bed, you sit on the couch, you put on the TV, you watch your Netflix show, maybe you fall asleep on the couch, then you go to bed. It's very mundane, I think that's the word. It's very predictable. But the magic, the miracles that you desire, they aren't predictable. They're not predictable. The big money you want, that's not predictable. The big transformation you want, that big emotional connection that you want to have, that person that you can't wait to fall in love with, that's unpredictable. So if you are trying and you're manifesting and you're thinking a little bit outside the box and you're asking yourself, why is it not showing up yet? It's not showing up because you're stuck in the safety and you're controlling yourself the most. So play with these questions. Just journal on them or just think about them. Take some time to meditate on them. Because if you allow yourself to gain some awareness around this subject, and you actually allow yourself to open up and remove some of those limitations and open up a little bit beyond that comfort zone, that's where the magic really is. Aren't you ready for some magic? Aren't you ready for some change? So this is what I would ask. I would ask, where am I using control to keep me safe? What am I controlling in my body? Where am I using control to block me from receiving more? And what would it feel like if I actually allowed myself to receive more? Does that feel safe? Or does it feel too uncomfortable? If it feels too uncomfortable, it means that your body, your nervous system, is still dealing with some unresolved trauma. And if there's still unresolved trauma, this is when you get help from a professional. This is what I do. I'm amazing at it. And you don't have to relive this trauma, because we can find it energetically in your body and release it together. And then stepping out of that threshold, stepping out of that shallow water pool, stepping out of that comfort zone seems a lot more possible. But if even thinking about this feels like way overwhelming, like you're jumping off of the edge, it's because there's still trauma there and your inner child is not feeling safe. And until you actually heal what's going on, what happened in the past, and heal your inner child, it's going to be really hard to receive those things that you want to receive, because your body feels internally like they're not safe to have. Maybe that's the relationship that you desire to have so deeply. Maybe it's that money that you really want to have in your life. Maybe it's those really tight, strong connections with people. Maybe it's that body that you desire. If you don't feel safe having these things, you won't create them, because your point of view creates your reality. And the only way to change that point of view is by healing the trauma that's creating it. So if you're listening to me and things are coming up for you, maybe visions from your past or some nightmares that you had that you kept pushing away, well, there's this feeling inside you that you feel like your nervous system is really high and the anxiety tends to be a lot higher at some days or in some situations, and you don't know why. You can't put your finger on it. Reach out. Reach out and release your body and your mind from the trauma. You will be so amazed at what shows up for you, to you, when you choose you and you choose to reclaim your power and you choose to step outside of this stuckness. Magic happens when you leave this poverty mindset, when you leave the slavery mindset, when you let go of those chains that you put there to keep you safe. You would be amazed what shows up in the promised land that is you. So book a free consultation. I would love to help you and support you on this journey. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. If this resonated with you, please share it. It will mean the world to me. If you're watching the replay, #replay, so I can thank you personally. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the internet. Bye.